God continues the Bible motivation. Change your mindset and get rich with the Wealth Code. You grew up hearing that being rich was a sin, that poverty was synonymous with humility, that God wanted you to be poor because possessions corrupt. But what if all of this was a lie? Yes, you were deceived, and it kept you from the abundant life that was written for you. True transformation begins when you understand that poverty is a mental prison, not a destiny. Romans 12 verse 2, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And now, it's time for you to set yourself free. Imagine waking up tomorrow and feeling like your life, your mind, and your destiny are about to change. The feeling that you finally discovered the secret that separates those who live in scarcity from those who enjoy abundance. Today, you'll dive into a transformative journey where every word is an invitation to change, every idea a step toward financial freedom. In this video, we'll explore the powerful connection between mindset, purpose, and prosperity. Have you ever wondered why, even though you work hard, wealth seems to slip through your fingers? What if I told you that the answer lies in the way you think, feel, and position yourself in life? Here, we will talk about the importance of abandoning limiting beliefs, breaking old patterns, and awakening the mindset of wealth. Just as a diamond is formed under pressure, you're also being polished to reveal your full potential. Prepare your heart to receive profound truths and invitations to action that will revolutionize the way you face challenges. Every difficulty, every obstacle, is a disguised opportunity for growth, learning, and preparation for the extraordinary. How many times have you felt trapped in an endless cycle of financial struggles? How many times has doubt whispered in your ear that you don't deserve a prosperous life? Today, we will break these chains. We will reprogram your mind to see opportunities where you previously saw obstacles. Remember, change begins within. If your thinking is about scarcity, the universe will conspire to confirm this. But if you change your focus, if you believe that abundance is your destiny, doors will open. At every step of this journey, you'll find inspiring examples, lessons from history, and words that touch the soul. We will talk about people who, even in the face of adversity, transformed their destinies with faith, courage, and a renewed vision of themselves. Today's conversation is about the great turning point, the one that happens when you decide to put an end to mediocrity and embrace the greatness that was destined for you. This is a time to stop settling for less and claim more. You will discover that true wealth is not just in money, but in the way you live, in the courage to dream, and in the determination to make things happen. Every obstacle you have faced, every tear you have shed, is a step on the ladder of your evolution. And remember, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning, Psalm 30 verse 5. This is the promise that after the storm, the sun always shines. It all starts in the mind. Believing that you deserve a life of abundance is the first step to achieving it. Many times, we carry limiting beliefs from childhood, negative messages that prevent us from seeing our true potential. But the good news is, it is possible to rewrite this story. When you free yourself from the shackles of fear and doubt, a new world reveals itself. The wealth mindset is a state of mind that is achieved with determination, self-knowledge, and, above all, faith in yourself. This is your moment to reinvent yourself, to embrace the opportunity to live a life of abundance, and to transform every dream into reality. The key was in your mind. You don't get rich just by working harder or longer. The formula isn't that simple. It's like trying to fill a sieve with water. Constant, exhausting effort, but with no real results. What you really need is not more wasted energy, but completely new mindset. Imagine living your whole life in a house where the windows are painted black. It's impossible to see the world beyond the walls. For those with a scarcity mindset, that's exactly what the world seems like. Small, dark, and full of limitations. Even if a fortune walks to the front door, the painted windows ensure that you'll never see all the opportunities it offers. And here's the truth that no one likes to face. You're a hostage of your own mind. The way you think about yourself, the world, and even God is what makes or breaks the reality around you. Proverbs 23 verse 7 states with overwhelming precision, "As you think in your heart, so is he." Change your mindset or stay where you are. This statement may seem harsh, but it is also liberating. It points a finger directly at what is within your control, your worldview. Think of all the people who have won the lottery and lost everything within a few years. This is not a matter of bad luck or cruel fate. It is proof that external wealth can never compensate for internal poverty. So ask yourself, what is the wealth that resides within you? Now, a word of warning. Change will not be comfortable. Challenging your deeply held beliefs can be as uncomfortable as stepping out of a dark room into bright light. It requires facing truths about yourself that you would rather ignore. Are you willing? Fear can be your greatest adversary or your greatest ally. The fear of staying in the same place, watching life pass you by without ever reaching your potential, can be the trigger you need to transform. Your life will change only when the fear of staying where you are overcomes the fear of change. The path begins with a clear vision. Stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances and start seeing yourself as someone capable of changing them. Recognize that it's not about being optimistic or thinking positively, but about redefining your reality. Every obstacle is a step towards growth. And here's a profound mystery. The limits you see in life were placed by yourself. What if they weren't real? What would you do if you knew the world was full of possibilities waiting for you? The key is in your mind. It's not tomorrow or next year. It's now. Rewrite the stories you tell yourself and take ownership of a vision of abundance. When you change the way you see the world, you'll see that the world begins to change with you. The key was in your mind. You don't get rich just by working harder or longer. The formula isn't that simple. It's like trying to fill a sieve with water. Constant, exhausting effort, but with no real results. What you really need is not more wasted energy, but completely new mindset. Imagine living your whole life in a house where the windows are painted black. It's impossible to see the world beyond the walls. For those with a scarcity mindset, that's exactly what the world seems like. Small, dark, and full of limitations. Even if a fortune walks to the front door, the painted windows ensure that you'll never see all the opportunities it offers. And here's the truth that no one likes to face. You're a hostage of your own mind. The way you think about yourself, the world, and even God is what makes or breaks the reality around you. Proverbs 23 verse 7 states with overwhelming precision, "As you think in your heart, so is he." Change your mindset or stay where you are. This statement may seem harsh, but it is also liberating. It points a finger directly at what is within your control, your worldview. Think of all the people who have won the lottery and lost everything within a few years. This is not a matter of bad luck or cruel fate. It is proof that external wealth can never compensate for internal poverty. So ask yourself, what is the wealth that resides within you? Now, a word of warning. Change will not be comfortable. Challenging your deeply held beliefs can be as uncomfortable as stepping out of a dark room into bright light. It requires facing truths about yourself that you would rather ignore. Are you willing? Fear can be your greatest adversary or your greatest ally. The fear of staying in the same place, watching life pass you by without ever reaching your potential, can be the trigger you need to transform. Your life will change only when the fear of staying where you are overcomes the fear of change. The path begins with a clear vision. Stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances and start seeing yourself as someone capable of changing them. Recognize that it's not about being optimistic or thinking positively, but about redefining your reality. Every obstacle is a step towards growth. And here's a profound mystery. The limits you see in life were placed by yourself. What if they weren't real? What would you do if you knew the world was full of possibilities waiting for you? The key is in your mind. It's not tomorrow or next year. It's now. Rewrite the stories you tell yourself and take ownership of a vision of abundance. When you change the way you see the world, you'll see that the world begins to change with you. The lie you've been told about God and money. It's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter heaven. How many times have they used this to make you reject wealth? But they ignored the rest. Jesus spoke of the difficulty of those who love money above all else, not of wealth itself. In fact, the Bible is full of prosperous men. Solomon, David, Abraham, Job. God doesn't want your poverty. He wants your heart to be free. And that includes being prosperous. Deuteronomy 8 verse 18. It is he who gives you the strength to acquire wealth. Every financial challenge you face is not a punishment, but a lesson, an opportunity to develop resilience, to strengthen your character, and to prepare yourself for abundance. Imagine the cycle of a seed buried underground. It needs to face the darkness, the pressure of the soil, in order to then break through and blossom. This is also the process of your transformation. You may be experiencing moments of scarcity right now, but these moments are just a pre-environment for your turnaround. Remember that today's hardship is the forge that molds tomorrow's warrior. Consider the stories of people who turned adversity into victory. Think of that friend who, even without many possessions, learned to value every small opportunity until he achieved his financial freedom. These stories are not mere coincidences. They are signs that the universe is working in your favor. When you go through the fire of hardship, you emerge stronger, more prepared, and more aware of your potential. Each obstacle overcome is a badge of honor, a reminder that you are capable of overcoming barriers that many do not even imagine. Each financial challenge you face is not a punishment, but a lesson, an opportunity to develop resilience, to strengthen your character, and to prepare yourself for abundance. Imagine the cycle of a seed buried under the earth. It needs to face the darkness, the pressure of the soil, to then break through and flourish. This is also the process of your transformation. You may be experiencing moments of scarcity right now, but these moments are just a pre-environment for your turnaround. Remember that today's hardship is the forge that molds tomorrow's warrior. Consider the stories of people who turned adversity into victory. Think of that friend who, even without many possessions, learned to value every small opportunity until he achieved his financial freedom. These stories are not mere coincidences. They are signs that the universe is working in your favor. When you go through the fire of hardship, you emerge stronger, more prepared, and more aware of your potential. Each obstacle overcome is a badge of honor, a reminder that you are capable of overcoming barriers that many do not even imagine. Even if you do not identify with a specific religion, spiritual principles are universal. They teach us that there is a purpose in every situation. After you have suffered for a little while, God will restore you and make you strong. 1 Peter 5, verse 10. This is not just a promise for those who have faith, but a powerful metaphor for all of us. Adversity is always lurking, but it is adversity that paves the way for miracles. When you embrace the idea that suffering is temporary and success is eternal, you begin to see each challenge as an opportunity for growth. The wealth mindset requires you to see beyond appearances, to understand that every tear and every difficulty is part of a greater plan, designed to take you to the next level. Now, how can you transform this moment into motivation for success? 1. Accept reality. Acknowledge the pain and discomfort, but don't let them define you. 2. Reflect and learn. Every difficulty carries a lesson. Write down your challenges and think about what you can learn from each one. 3. Cultivate gratitude. Even in moments of scarcity, find something to be grateful for. This changes your perspective and paves the way for abundance. 4. Visualize victory. Create a clear image in your mind of the success you desire. Visualizing your victory is the first step to achieving it. 5. Surround yourself with positivity. Keep people close to you who lift you up, who believe in your potential, and who help you see opportunities even in adversity. With every breath, every step, you are closer to the change you desire. Remember, the pressure you face today is the announcement of the greatness that is to come. Just as the sun always rises after the darkest night, your financial life is about to transform in surprising ways. At this moment, invite your heart to open to this change. Feel the energy that runs through your veins and the certainty that the best is coming. You are not alone on this journey. Each challenge, each victory, is shaping you into something greater and stronger. Believe me, cutting the roots of scarcity and awakening the wealth mindset. Poverty has emotional roots, childhood humiliations, traumas with money, family beliefs. All of this creates invisible blocks that sabotage you. You need to pull out these roots now. Free your mind as soon as possible. Forgive the past and forgive yourself. Remember that you were not born to survive. You were born to win and to enjoy. Isaiah 61 verse 7. Instead of shame, you will have double honor. Transformation begins in the mind. If you want to break free from poverty, you need to start by reprogramming your thoughts. The mindset of wealth is not a distant dream. It is a daily choice. Every time you catch yourself thinking, "This is not for me," remember, these words are lies that you can deny. Believing in yourself is a first step to change. You have the power to choose thoughts that elevate you, that propel you towards a life full of abundance. It is time to replace "I can't" with "I am capable." Imagine your mind as a garden. If you plant seeds of doubt, you will reap bitter fruits. But if you cultivate thoughts of prosperity and success, a lush garden of opportunities will blossom. And for this seed to become a tree, you need to water with actions, persistence, and unshakable faith. This faith does not have to be religious. It is confidence in yourself and the certainty that the universe conspires in favor of those who dare to dream. Often, the barriers that prevent us from achieving success are rooted in limiting beliefs. These ideas, planted in our minds from an early age, tell us that we are not worthy of a prosperous life. But today, we are going to destroy these barriers. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be prosperous. You deserve to live an extraordinary life. Every time a negative belief tries to impose itself, respond with a positive affirmation. Tell yourself, "I am capable. I am worthy. I am a successful person." Remember, the sufferings of this present time are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed. Romans 8, verse 18. This truth is a reminder that no matter the hardships, your destiny is great. Changing your mindset is like adjusting the frequency of a radio station. By tuning into the frequency of prosperity, you begin to attract everything you need to manifest your dreams. Knowing yourself is essential on this journey. The more you understand your strengths and weaknesses, the better prepared you will be to transform your life. Take time to reflect on your experiences, to identify the patterns that keep you stuck, and to recognize opportunities for growth. Self-knowledge is the key that opens the doors to abundance. It allows you to see beyond appearances and understand that deep down, you have unlimited potential. Through practices such as meditation, writing, and reflection, you can access a deep part of your being, the one that knows you are destined for greatness. When you truly know yourself, there is no obstacle that can stop you. You begin to see each challenge as a lesson, each defeat as a step towards victory. Visualization is a powerful tool for transforming your reality. Close your eyes and imagine the life of your dreams. A home full of prosperity, a successful career, relationships that elevate you. See the scene in every detail. Feel the emotions, hear the sounds. This mental image will become your guide, the compass that directs you with each step. Each visualization reinforces your belief that you deserve it all. It is a constant reminder that abundance is within your reach. And when your mind is aligned with the vision of a prosperous life, the universe begins to conspire in your favor, opening doors and creating opportunities that you never imagined. Think of stories of people who came from rock bottom to achieve financial freedom. They are stories of courage, overcoming, and faith in human capacity. These stories are not fairy tales, but evidence that change is possible when the mind opens to new possibilities. Each of these examples is a beacon of inspiration, a reminder that you too can transform your life. Reflect on the times when you overcame difficulties and take pride in each achievement. These moments are living proof that you have the strength to break free from the chains of mediocrity and embrace success. Your identity determines your future and your reality. It's time to face the stark truth. What you believe about yourself is your greatest strength or weakness in life. If your mind is stuck in the idea of defeat, no amount of wealth, victory, or blessing can rescue you. But if you wake up to reality that you are a child of God who overflows with abundance, then everything changes. Absolutely everything. It's time for you to free yourself from the invisible chains that bind you. Prosperity doesn't start with what's in your hands. It starts with what's in your mind. And all of this is directly linked to your identity. You are who you decide to be, not who you've been told you are. It doesn't matter what you've lost or the scars life has left on you. It's your decisions today that define tomorrow. You are a child of the Most High. Galatians 4 verse 7 powerfully proclaims, "If we are children, then we are heirs of God." This means that you carry within you the divine DNA. You were not made to crawl through life's crumbs. You were made to live in plenitude, abundance, and victory. Imagine the following scene. A prince, the son of a powerful king, living like a beggar because he believes he is not worthy of sitting on the throne. Crazy, isn't it? But that is exactly what you do when you cling to the idea of failure and reject the power of your true identity. You are an heir. Don't live like a beggar. Now, listen to this carefully. The world is full of people who carry scars and defeats, but who decided to give new meaning to their stories and change radically. These people did not settle for being slaves to the narrative they were given. They broke away. They rebuilt themselves. And so can you. But you have to choose. Let me tell you the truth that many fear to say. No one will fight for you like you do. No one will rescue you from what holds you back, except yourself. Yes, divine help is real and powerful, but even God expects you to take the first step. It is a partnership. Change is not comfortable and will often seem scary. You will confront fears, insecurities, and traumas. You will feel the weight of letting go of old habits and beliefs. But here's the kicker. It's scarier to stay in the same place. Every day that goes by without transformation is a day wasted. One less day to live the purpose that was uniquely designed for you. Who are you? Who do you choose to be? It doesn't matter how far you've fallen. What matters is that you get up now and take hold of what is already guaranteed to you. God's inheritance has no exclusion clauses for past mistakes. The throne is waiting. Only you can decide to sit on it. Stop seeing obstacles as insurmountable walls. Start seeing them as challenges designed to strengthen you, just as gold is refined in the fire. You are being shaped into something much greater than you can imagine. Each hardship is a chapter in the epic journey of your life. And do you know what the mystery is? Everything you need is already inside you. The key to it all is simple. The way you see yourself determines how you act, and the way you act transforms your reality. What you believe about yourself is more powerful than any external circumstance. So, clean the dirty mirrors in your mind. See yourself as the winner you were born to be. You don't have to wait for something miraculous to happen to change. The miracle has already begun. Change begins today, now, in this moment. Choose to break the chains. Choose to see beyond fear. Choose to believe that you are more than your failures. Choose to live as an heir, not a slave. Are you ready to rewrite your story? Because that decision is waiting for you. It's all up to you. Stand up. The world needs to see that shine. Action. The true bridge between dreams and reality. Faith without action is pure illusion. You can pray all you want every day, but if you don't take action, nothing will change. Prosperity requires decision, discipline, and movement. If you plant, you will reap, but only those who plant with courage and perseverance will reap. Your action is a seed. James 2, verse 17. Faith, if it is not of works, is dead. If there is one undeniable truth about life, it is this. Faith without action is as useful as a car without fuel. You can have the most powerful engine, your beliefs, your dreams, your prayers, but without action, you will not move forward. It is a hard blow for those who think that it is enough to wish or wait for the intervention of a greater force. The reality is different. Prosperity requires, above all, deliberate and constant action. Many times, we live anchored in promises and ideas of better future, but we forget that we are the only ones responsible for building this bridge between today and the tomorrow we desire. Decision, movement, and discipline are the foundations of this crossing. As long as you stand still, not even the most fervent prayer will be able to move the pieces that only you can move. And here's the key. Your action is a seed. But seeds do not grow without being planted and cared for. It is not enough to throw them in the ground and wait for magic to happen. It takes preparation, courage, and, above all, perseverance. A majestic tree takes years to reach its grandeur, and the same goes for everything we want to build in our lives. The paradox between hope and comfort zone. We live in a world that offers us comfort on all sides, but it is precisely this comfort that can paralyze us. Often, we are so busy waiting for the perfect opportunity that we miss the small opportunities that arise every day, and passive waiting is a trap. Time does not stop, and the world will not pause while you decide to act. The most successful people are not those who never fail, but those who fail, learn, and keep acting. They are not afraid to adjust their course and start over, because for them, every step toward their goals, no matter how small, is a brick in construction of something bigger. It makes sense to quote James 2, verse 17. Faith, if it does not have works, is dead. But more practically, think of it this way. Taking action is proof that you truly believe. If your conviction is real, it will naturally drive you to move. You don't build a house just by imagining it, but by putting each brick in place. Even if it takes time, even if it hurts, action has an irrational power. There's something almost magical about action. When you take the first step, even without having all the answers, the world seems to conspire in your favor. It is as if each movement attracts more movement. Each effort generates a new cycle of opportunities. Hesitation is the greatest enemy of this process. Standing still waiting for the right moment only feeds fear and doubt. And here's a secret that many ignore. There is no perfect moment. There will always be uncertainty. There will always be risks. The difference between those who prosper and those who remain stuck in the same place is the ability to act despite fear, to act in the midst of doubt, to act even when the results are not yet visible. Building unshaken discipline. It is necessary to talk about discipline. Acting once and stopping will not get you anywhere. True success is built on repetition, on daily work, on patience with the process. Those who plant today and stop watering tomorrow will not see the fruits they so desired. The secret is to keep moving, even when results seem distant. Disciplined action shapes who you become. It transforms you day after day until you become the person capable of sustaining the success you desire. Because here's an important warning. The universe does not deliver great blessings to small minds or mediocre preparations. If you want prosperity, you need to live up to it. The calling is now. Think about it. If you look back in 10 years and are still in the same place as today, how will you feel? The biggest regret in life comes not from what we did, but from what we failed to do. Every day you spend dreaming without taking action is a wasted day that will never be recovered. It's time to ask yourself, what am I waiting for? There is no excuse strong enough to postpone your evolution. Is fear real? Of course it is. But the only way to overcome it is through action. When you move, even one step at a time, you begin to build a different future. A future that is a reflection of your courage today. Your action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Don't delegate this responsibility to anyone. And don't expect miracles to fall from the sky. Miracles lie in movement, courage, and discipline. It all starts with decision. Are you willing to plant your seeds and water them with your daily effort? Or will you continue to be trapped in the illusory comfort of inertia? The world is not waiting for you, but will only see who you really are if you decide to take action. Now could be your moment, and change begins with you. Break cycles. Be the first millionaire in your family. Maybe no one in your family has ever been rich. Maybe everyone says that money doesn't bring happiness, but you will be the first, the one who changes everything, the one who breaks the cycle. You are not listening to this video by chance. You've been called to pave the way, change generations, and prove that it is possible. Psalm 112, verse 3. In your house there is wealth and wealth. You are here for a reason. There are no coincidences. Maybe no one in your family has achieved wealth before, but the story changes now. With you, it is you who will take the first step to break the cycle. The question is, are you ready to take on this monumental responsibility? Are you willing to face the fears, the criticism, and the weight of doing something that no one else has achieved before? Because let me be blunt, this calling is not for the weak. Because the cycle of scarcity is an invisible prison. If you look around you, you will see how scarcity imprisons entire generations. It is an invisible but relentless prison. From an early age, we are taught that money does not bring happiness, that the rich are greedy, and that a little peace is better than a lot of worry. But behind these phrases lies a deep fear of facing reality. Without money, you have no freedom. Think of the choices that poverty robs you of. It limits the education you can offer your children. It forces you to accept jobs that do not fulfill you. It restricts your health, your dreams, your ambition. Make no mistake. Money may not be everything, but it is an essential tool for living fully. To say otherwise is to settle for less than you deserve. You were chosen to break. Change starts with you, it's true. And You're not reading or hearing this by chance. Something inside you knows that it is possible to do more, to be more. Something inside you believes that you are responsible for changing generations. The cycle ends here and begins with you. But before I continue, I need to be honest. Breaking cycles requires sacrifice. You will have to face criticism and doubts. People close to you will tell you that you dream too big, that you are taking too many risks. Some will even root for you to fail, because their success depends on your failure. And yet, you will have to keep going, because this is a calling of the strong, the resilient, the visionary. This is your calling. Psalms 112 verse 3. IT is a promise to those who are willing. Listen, in your home there is prosperity and wealth. This phrase is not a blank check. It is not a divine guarantee for those who choose to sit around and wait. Prosperity requires movement, strategy, courage. Are you prepared to plant the right seeds and cultivate them with perseverance? Or will you continue to repeat the same mistakes of those who came before you? This promise is not here to comfort you, but to challenge you. It is a reminder that prosperity is a choice, a daily decision to break habits of scarcity and adopt a mindset of abundance. Because in the end, what separates you from wealth is not luck, it is vision. Fear, a powerful tool. Let's talk about fear then. The fear of poverty can be your greatest enemy or your greatest ally. When used correctly, it turns into fuel, into willpower. It reminds you of what is at stake, of what you will lose if you do not act. Imagine your life in 10, 20 years. What happens if you stay in the same place, repeating the same cycles? That thought should haunt you enough to move mountains. But that's not all. The fear should also remind you that every step toward prosperity changes not just your life, but the lives that come after you. Your children, your grandchildren. They will all be impacted by the choices you make today. This isn't just about you. It's about a legacy. But beware, because the comfort zone is a seductive trap. Nothing will be more tempting than the comfort zone. The security of staying where you are, of doing what has always been done, is seductive. But let's be honest. The comfort zone is a zone of stagnation. Staying where you are is accepting that your conditions will not change. It is accepting the status quo. If you want something different, you will have to do something different. That means investing where no one else is, thinking where no one else is, taking risks where everyone else is afraid. Because wealth does not come to the complacent. It comes to the restless, to the determined, to those who have the courage to face discomfort. Listen carefully. The legacy starts now. Be the first millionaire in your family. Prove that it is possible. Inspire generations to think big, to break limits, to transform the impossible into reality. Every decision you make today builds a legacy that transcends your own life. This is the impact of prosperity. And remember, wealth is not only about having more money, but about living with purpose, freedom, and vision. You've been called to lead this change. Stand up once, break the chains, and build a story you were destined to live and be happy. Wealth is purpose, not ostentation. Understand, getting rich is not about ego. It is about a greater purpose. When you have money, you can help more, impact more, transform more. Prosperity is not vanity. It is a tool. You don't want wealth to show off, or do you? You want it to expand your purpose in the world, right? If yes, be sure this pleases God very much. Listen to this. 2 Corinthians 9 verse 11 says, "You will be enriched in every way for all generosity." Money is not the end, but the means. It is not the goal, but the tool. True wealth is not an ostentation, luxury cars, dazzling mansions, or extravagant watches. Real wealth is the ability to transform, influence, and impact lives. It is using financial resources to build a legacy that transcends your own existence. Wealth is not about ego. It is about purpose. Why get rich? This is the question that separates true visionaries from those who just accumulate for the sake of it. If you seek wealth to show off, to prove something to others, or feed an empty desire for validation, you are wasting your potential. True prosperity is sustained by a greater purpose, to expand your impact, transform communities, and leave profound marks on the world. Because money is not a villain. IT is a powerful tool, and We live in a society where money is often seen as something impure or excessive. Phrases like, rich people are greedy, or money is the root of all evil are repeated ad nauseum. But these limiting beliefs hide a truth that few see. Money in itself is neutral. What matters is how you use it. Imagine that you have the financial power to build schools in underprivileged areas, fund life-saving research, or support causes that change the fate of thousands of people. Is that ostentation? No, it is purpose. Money amplifies your impact. Without resources, your dreams remain ideas. With resources, they become reality. Know that the problem is not the money. IT is the reason. Showing off is easy. Transforming is challenging. The difference lies in the reason behind pursuit of wealth. You don't need to get rich to prove something to anyone. You don't need more money to feel better or bigger than others. You need wealth to fulfill a greater purpose. A true millionaire is not one who accumulates material goods without purpose, but rather one who understands that his wealth is a means to make the world a better place. Money buys freedom, and freedom allows you to direct your energy toward what really matters. Without money, you are bound by the limitations imposed by external circumstances. With money, you have choices, and choices change destinies. If you have ever lived through moments of scarcity, you know the devastating impact that a lack of resources can have. It's not just about what you no longer have. It's about what you no longer be. Poverty robs you of not only material goods, but also dreams, hope, and dignity. This fear of scarcity should be a constant reminder that getting rich is more than a desire. It is a strategic necessity. Wealth is not a shield against all of life's problems, and but it is certainly a powerful shield against many of them. When you have money, you can protect your family, take care of your health, and invest in your future. You can create an environment where your children have access to opportunities that many have never known. Wealth is a tool to break down barriers, not to build walls. Multiple your purpose. The big question is not how to make money. The real question is, what will you do with it? Prosperity that is not directed at purpose becomes empty and eventually self-destructive. Money can be used to build as well as to consume. It all depends on the vision of the person using it. If you want to get rich, you need a reason that goes beyond your own interest. The secret is to multiply your impact. What project do you dream of funding? What lives do you want to transform? What legacy do you want to leave? Find these answers, and you will see that money ceases to be an end in itself. It becomes a vehicle for something much greater. Here are some strategies from a millionaire with purpose. 1. Think big, but start small. Transformation begins with the seeds you plant today. Don't wait until you have millions to start making an impact. Do what you can now and expand over time. 2. Invest in people. Your wealth is not measured only by the balance in your account, but by the number of lives you touch and transform. 3. Build with vision. Don't just work for money, work for impact. Every financial decision should be aligned with your greater purpose. 4. Reject vanity. Don't be distracted by comparisons or showing off. Your focus should be on building something lasting and meaningful. You are called to more. It's time to change your mindset. Stop seeing money as a problem or an empty goal. See it for what it really is, a tool to transform lives, to expand your mission in the world. You are not called to live in scarcity, but to use the resources available to you to create impact. Remember that wealth without purpose is useless. Accumulating for the sake of accumulating gets no one anywhere. But when you connect your prosperity to purpose, it becomes limitless. Every decision you make, every effort you make should be linked to the impact you want to create. Money is not ostentation. It is opportunity. It is not vanity. It is a tool. Use it wisely and expand your reason for existing. Be agile. The millionaire mind thinks long-term. Poor people live and only think about today and now. Rich people think about the future. While you spend everything on impulse, the millionaire is planting, calculating, investing, building. You need to look to the future. Learn to delay pleasure to reap greater pleasures. Think big. Think far. Think like a millionaire. Proverbs 21 verse 5. The plans of the diligent lead to abundance. The millionaire mind thinks long-term. You are about to face a powerful truth. Those who do not think beyond the present are destined for stagnation. Perhaps you have lived for years living under the idea that the present is all that matters, but that is no longer an option for those seeking real prosperity. Every impulsive financial decision, every pointless spending, every distraction with fleeting pleasures are silently eroding the future you could be building. Immediatism, a silent trap. Why are so many people trapped in cycles of scarcity? Because they are slaves to the present. Immediacy promises easy rewards, temporary comfort, and that fleeting satisfaction of having something now. But no one builds wealth based on impulse. While you are distracted by unbridled consumption, those who think like a millionaire are planning the next step, investing in the next opportunity, cultivating a tomorrow you can't even imagine. The harsh reality is that immediacy is seductive. It whispers that you deserve to enjoy the now, without thinking about the consequences. But it is also treacherous, because it traps you in a cycle where tomorrow is just repeated today and never a breakthrough. If you don't break this cycle, you are condemning yourself to failure. The millionaire sees a future. Here is a contrast that separates the winners from the survivors. Millionaires build with tomorrow in mind. Every financial decision is an investment. Every choice has a purpose. They don't get carried away by momentary pleasures, because they know that true reward comes with patience and vision. Think of Proverbs 21, verse 5. The plans of the diligent lead to abundance. Millionaires understand this firsthand. They plan, they plant, and they wait until the harvest is complete. Meanwhile, those who are stuck in the short term spend everything on impulse and leave nothing for the future. And here's a direct warning. You will never see prosperity if you continue to act like someone who lives only for today. Fear, an unexpected ally. Let me be honest. Fear can be your greatest ally if you know how to use it. The fear of mediocrity, of stagnation, of wasting your life should burn inside you like an insatiable flame. Imagine your life without changes. Imagine looking back in 10 or 20 years and realizing that you wasted every day just surviving, without building anything. And here's the shock you need. The greatest enemy of progress is comfort. That feeling of being safe in today prevents you from growing. But comfort is an illusion, because tomorrow, without thinking about the long term, you will be in the same place. And that should scare you. It should make you get out of your chair and start building something that really matters. The millionaire understands sacrifices. Getting rich requires sacrifices that few are willing to make. Giving up momentary pleasures, investing in the long term, and cultivating patience are challenges that only visionaries face. But there is a beauty in this process. Every effort today is an exponential reward tomorrow. Millionaires are known for delaying pleasure, for giving up small rewards to achieve something much greater. They know that each financial decision is a seed planted. And while many wait for miracles, they are creating their own luck. This is the difference between those who prosper and those who only dream of prosperity. The prison of immediateness. If you continue to be trapped in immediacy, you are missing out on a unique opportunity to rewrite your story. And here's the most shocking point. No one's going to do it for you. No one is going to rescue you from the habits that keep you in the same place. No one is going to push you to make better decisions. That depends exclusively on you. The millionaire mind does not blame, does not procrastinate, and does not wait. She acts with purpose, builds with vision, and plans with courage. There is no room for excuses on the path to success. Every excuse is a brick you place in the wall that separates you from your future. The time is now. There is no better time to change than now. Getting rich starts with change in mindset. It starts with recognizing that every financial decision has a direct impact on the future. It starts with the courage to break away from the immediate and embrace the long term. Break the cycle of consumption. Invest in knowledge, opportunities, and purpose. Don't wait for tomorrow to start building, because while you wait, someone is already planning, already investing, already building the prosperity you want to have. You've been called to think long term, to act with purpose, to build the extraordinary. The choice is yours, and time does not wait. The future is being shaped by those who have the courage to see beyond the present. Discover the 7 practical codes to break from poverty and build wealth. 1. Always reject the victim role. As long as you see yourself as a poor person, Life will always treat you like one. Poverty itself loves it when you outsource your responsibility. But prosperity demands authority, and it is inevitable. Poverty is a shadow that grows when you give away your power. It is the echo of the excuses you tell yourself. But prosperity? It demands posture, decision, and indomitable courage. When you stop asking permission from life and start commanding it, the game changes. Take control now or accept the eternal emptiness of what if. The choice is yours. Arise and shine, for your light has come. Isaiah 60 verse 1. You are the one in charge, and you are the owner of your story. Period. Code 2. What you listen to will shape your mind. Stop feeding your mind with scarcity. Stop listening to advice from people who have never prospered. Change your mental diet. Watch, listen, and read content from millionaire minds. Your results are a direct reflection of your invisible influence. You are what you consume, not only in your food, but in your mind. A mental diet of scarcity keeps you trapped, while a diet of prosperity frees you. Advice from limited minds perpetuates failures. Replace this noise with ideas from people who have already achieved what you dream of. What you absorb today shapes your actions tomorrow. Feeding your mind with greatness is planting seeds of inevitable success. Code 3. Your environment either always limits you or lifts you up. Who are the 5 people you spend the most time with? Do they lift you up or tie you down? He who walks with the wise will be wise. Proverbs 13 verse 20. Get out of the circles of misery and into environments of expansion. You are the reflection of the people around you. Every conversation, every influence, every attitude, they have shaped your worldview and your decisions. If you are surrounded by those who live in scarcity, you will be conditioned to believe in limitations. But if you are in environments of expansion, your mindset will change to one of prosperity. As Proverbs 13 verse 20 teaches, walking with the wise is embracing wisdom. Choose wisely who accompanies you. Code 4. Execute this every single day. You don't get rich with ideas. You get rich with execution. Do you want to have an extraordinary life? Then act extraordinary, even when you don't feel like it. Have more discipline and less emotion. Brilliant ideas without action are worthless. What separates dreamers from achievers is consistent execution, even on days when motivation is lacking. Do you want an extraordinary life? Be extraordinary in your actions, especially when it seems most difficult. Discipline is what turns plans into reality. Emotions fluctuate, but discipline keeps you on track. It's what you do behind the scenes that defines the show of your life. Code 5. Stop seeking approval. You don't need anyone to believe in you. You need to believe in yourself. People only believe when they see results. So stop explaining your dreams and start building in silence. You don't need anyone's approval to achieve what you want. True strength lies in believing in yourself when no one else does. Results speak louder than words. While others doubt, you build. While others question, you move forward. The most powerful dreams are those that take shape in the silence of constant action. Do it first. Let the results speak for you. Code 6. Always be obsessed with solutions. Rich people don't focus on the problem. The rich hunt for opportunities, while the poor complain about the price of things. The rich study how to create value and solve problems. Whatever you do, do it with all your heart. Colossians 3 verse 23. Problems are obstacles for mediocre, but opportunities for the visionaries. While some complain, others explore ways to create value and solve problems. Wealth is built on proactivity and creativity. Colossians 3 verse 23 reminds us, do it with all your heart. This is a secret. Total dedication to the purpose, even in the face of challenges. There is no room for complaints. There is room for strategies that change realities. Be a solution hunter. Code 7. Plan like a great king. Life gives back what you plant, and there is no denying it. And those who plant crumbs reap scarcity. Invest in yourself. Invest in others too. Invest in your purpose. Life is fertile ground that responds exactly to what you sow. Those who plant crumbs cannot expect abundance, only scarcity. Invest with courage. Invest in yourself, developing your skills and expanding your vision. Invest in others. sharing value, and building connections that transform. Invest in your purpose, because it is a basis for an extraordinary harvest. Everything you plant today shapes the future you will receive tomorrow. Prosperity is a beautiful invisible harvest for those who sow boldly. Your wealth starts with your voice. Stop saying it's hard, that you're poor, that you'll never make it. Words have creative power. What you say, you attract. Declare what you want. Affirm who you are. You are prosperous. You are abundant. You are a millionaire. Because your mouth is building that future right now. Reference: Proverbs 18, verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Give thanks, act, receive. Your new life starts today. Gratitude opens doors. Action goes through them. And faith sustains everything. From now on, live like someone who has already received. Act like someone who is already rich. Think, feel, and declare like someone who was born to prosper. You are not just changing your story. You are changing the destiny of future generations. And this is just the beginning. Jeremiah 29, verse 11. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you. You were born to win. If you have come this far, it is because something inside you has awakened. And I tell you, do not ignore it. This inner voice, this fire, this calling, is your destiny telling you that you were born to win. Live this, because your new life has already begun. Let's fly high. Let's prosper. Let's win. Thank you for watching until the end. You want to check if you are already subscribed? Maybe you have already gave your life right? Tell me here if yes. See you in the next video. God continues the Bible motivation.